Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here. Welcome back to some more of our Starfield. We're hanging out at the key, about to see what the next part of the mission is. We were docking with it. Still snowing outside, still really cold, so we're still going to record the rest of this week's episodes. Got two more left for us. This is Thursdays, and then we'll have one more for Friday. So here we go as we board the key.
That was a pleasant change of scenery.
We got a lot of aid we'll have to drop off.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
You want to kick back? Avoid the last Nova. Bog's in a funk that ain't
Let's see what Delgado has for us. Take the bog.
Next time you see Bog, tell him to lighten up. Guy's got a real attitude problem.
What's going on with bog?
As long as you put the fleet first, we won't have any problems.
Captains get better uniforms, better clothes. I know you get better terms.
Get you a drink? No, you look like you could use one.
I heard you've been mopping around, Bog. No one likes a sad bartender.
Working around this slot day in, day out. You'd think they wouldn't give a damn.
You listen to our problems, so let me listen to yours.
I think I need to take you up on that offer. I guess I'm thinking of my dear old Maddie. The only woman I ever loved. Almost married her, I did. I missed my chance and lost her to one of my best mates. Clay. I'll tell you what. You want to help an old man out. Bring me back the one thing of Maddie's that ever meant anything to me. Her ring.
What's the story here?
Maddie had my eye back in the day. Thing was, she had the eye of my best mate too. A bloke by the name of Clay Dietrich. Clay and I had a luxury liner. Snatched a ring I knew Maddie would love. Before I could say anything, Clay asked if he could have her in the to propose. Long story short, Clay married Maddie and they ran off to raise hell with Ecliptic. And then he got the poor girl killed.
Point me in the right direction, and that ring is all yours.
You're in luck. Clay showed up on my radar a bit ago. Probably why I'm in a bigger rut than usual. I'll send you the details. I don't care how you do it. Just get that ring back.
Don't challenge Bog to five-finger fillet.
Smuggling beats a real job any day.
We're gonna have to put him to the sword. Or the bullet, per se.
While we're here, perhaps we should remain silent about my background with the United Colonies.
Yeah, we probably should.
We did your first mission. How's the mission coming? Until next time.
I didn't think about that, but yes, we should definitely keep that.
You check out the Reckoner's core. She's a beaut, ain't she?
I don't remember how to get up there. The box. Just the bar.
You don't steal from your own. Not unless you want the whole station on your ass.
Oh, hold on. I think I can do this. Do I have a,
Tick tock. A little less loitering, a little more looting.
Need some medical assistance? First time visiting? Try not to get into too many bars. That's... So here's what's what. You need med packs, cure... You need enhancers? In the fleet, someone has to... This way, I've got a go... If they come in for any real med... A dealer with a full... Now, if you don't need... Sure, but... Now there's an offer I didn't expect. If you really want to help, I'm looking for someone who can handle themselves in a public setting. As in someone who knows how to get the job done without shooting up the place.
okay.
Well, you'd be one of the first. I politely requested a list of supplies from Gennady Aton at the clinic and was told the price of business has gone up. I think he's back on Aurora, and he's upcharging me to pay for it. And if there's one thing I'm not going to do is subsidize his habit. I want you to make sure he delivers my supplies for the price we agreed on, but without raising any alarms.
Okay.
We'll see. Talk. A bullshit one, yeah. Gennady claims prices have gone up for the clip. He says if I want cheaper goods, but I'm not turning to some third-rate doc selling. Oh yeah. The funny thing is, he's the top of the class at nursing school, did volunteer. Nobody knows he did it all. He said he got clean when he joined the clinic. I suppose...
Do you not have any? You don't have any Aurora.
Try not to die out there.
Sharks are too scared to take the key. Because it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
No, they're just not there yet.
If it's my prices may be high, but these goods ain't exactly. Hey, I'm always.
You know, stimulant. Okay, that'll help. There it is.
Always a pleasure.
All right, need something? Behold, my random...
Any polytextile? I don't think so.
Just
Oh.
to make it cool.
What do you have in aid? They count as egg. I need actual egg.
We're done here? Great. Weapons for all occasions. I've got what you need.
I bet I have.
All right, see you around.
only the best protected. See ya.
Every captain here's earned their stripes, bleeding for the fleet.
Remember how to get up here. Here it is.
Too many missions, not enough time.
We call UCC staff sharks, but to the fleet, they're just
Your buddy Rokov is aboard the Key. Told me everything that happened.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you. Keeps going on and on. Now I remember why we kicked his ass out the fleet.
Okay, maybe do everything, but at least we got what we wanted.
Still a lazy old bastard, huh? Can't say I'm surprised.
That's not exactly filling me with confidence, Rook, so I'm going to leave it up to you. Is Rokov in, or is he out?
We may need him. Season.
Fair enough. Then he's in.
Seriously? You gonna take this Rook's advice?
This Rook just brought back information that might lead us straight to Krix's legacy. So throttle back, Neva. Speaking of which, let me see that data you copied from the Galbankar guy.
Neva, I have something for you. Just take it.
Ah, so the Galbank transport went down over Bannock 4. Bannock. Why does that sound familiar? Neva?
Yeah, keep your panties on. I'm looking it up. And I got it. Bannock 4. Let's see. Damn it. Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. We can't even get a ship near the thing without frying every circuit aboard.
EM class? Impossible. There isn't a ship in operation that can navigate that type of interference.
EM class giant.
Don't know that one, huh? Well, pick up your pencil. There's gonna be a test on this later. EM class means the planet is giving off a ridiculously high amount of electromagnetic radiation. We're talking off the charts here.
No, we
Fly
can't
your
take
ship
it.
anywhere near one of these death traps, and you'll blow every single circuit on your ship. You'd be dead in space. Get it?
There's got to be a way.
Yeah, sure. We'll just wrap your ship in a ton of copper and launch you right in there. That ought to do the trick, right?
Both of you shut up and think for a second. I'm sure Krix hit the same roadblock. All we need to do is figure out how he got around it.
This sounds like a goddamn waste of time to me.
Legacy had a transponder. We can start by tracking its precise location.
The Rook's right. We tackle one problem at a time. Can we track it, Neva?
That transponder is military grade. We're talking ultra-bit encryption, constantly reshuffling frequencies.
You don't need to
You don't have shit like that laying around.
unencrypt it.
But before you get that pissy look on your face, I heard that the UC's been working on a ship signal decryption system called a comm spike. We grab that little beauty, and we'll be able to track anything you want.
All right, here is the plan, so shut up and listen. Rook, I want you and Neva to put your heads together and get us that comm spike. I don't care if it's mounted at the top of mast. I want it. In the meantime, I'm going to find out more about this EM-class gas giant problem. and I think I know just who to ask.
Give me a little time to crunch the numbers on the comm spike with Jazz, and I'll point us in the right direction.
Figure this out. We'll do the best we can.
Best we can. What are you, 5?
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm 6.5. Okay, thank you.
And I don't have time to deal with this kind of bullshit. Now, both of you, get the hell out of here and get to work.
All right. Let's get this over with. Follow me.
It'd be so nice when I get to stab them in the back.
A lot of us in the fleet came out of the mud. We grind for every credit, and it shows.
I don't know why we're not the exact speed of Neva. Hey, Neva.
All right. Let's get right to it. Did you get the Earth Savior Award, or...
Hell yeah, I got it.
Disappointed.
Here you go.
Well, look at that. You followed my directions, and now you're gonna end up with some credits in your pocket. That about does it then. Hell of a deal for both of us, I'd say.
If you screw me, Neva, you will die.
Here's your cash. Keep this up, and I might even start respecting you. All right, Fleet? We've all got work to do, so let's get to it.
We'll have the whole settled systems on the run someday. It's good to be back on board.
Did I take that mission?
Hail acknowledged. You're clear to dock at docking port 1. The commander will be waiting for you in operations.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
How can I be of service, Captain?
The fleet killed a body of...
So I heard there was a bit of excitement on the Siren of the Stars. Your handiwork, I assume?
Some of the Siren Stars passengers should be arrested.
Nice work. Any specific evidence you picked up regarding criminal activity should be given to Lieutenant Toft after the debriefing.
If the evidence pans out, you can visit those alleged criminals in our brig the next time you stop by the Vigilance. But for now, what do you have on Delgado and his little ragtag group of pirates?
News travels fast around here.
We told you we'd be keeping tabs on you. So, did you get information for us or not?
Was able to successfully steal the Galbank credentials.
Yes, and I heard there were no casualties. Excellent work.
Except for the eclectic hit squad that you took down at the archives. We've taken care of that mess, by the way.
Okay, good.
Speaking of which, I assume you copied the information from the Galbank's computers.
Yes, I did.
Let me see what you got. So the legacy went down at Bannock 4. Bannock 4. Why does that sound familiar, Toft?
Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant, sir. There isn't a ship in the fleet that could safely get near that type of world.
How did you know all that?
The Bannock system was the site of a significant battle during the Narian War. I had to do a research paper on the subject at the Academy.
Delgado will figure it out.
It sounds like you admire that lunatic.
I'm simply warning you about his resourcefulness.
Call it whatever you like. It doesn't change the fact that Delgado is still a murderer. Your best buddy has killed every single one of our previous informants.
Oh, stop.
That's enough, Lieutenant. Even if Delgado has an immediate solution to the EM problem, there's still the matter of tracing the Legacy's transponder signal.
Aren't you concerned that helping them will get closer to Crux's legacy?
Of course I am. We don't really have a choice in the matter. There are no shortcuts. The route you're taking to secure Crix's legacy for the Crimson Fleet is the only one at our disposal.
Okay.
If you suddenly change your behavior, they'll know something's wrong. I realize it's difficult, but I urge you to stay the course for now. In the meantime, we'll formulate a plan to ensure the Crimson Fleet doesn't get their hands on that money.
Okay. Can't you fly someone out there and trace it yourself?
I'm not certain. Galbank uses their own proprietary transponder system. Even a ship as old as the Legacy would be a challenge to trace. And even if we could find the ship, we don't have anything strong enough to resist those levels of EM radiation. Fortunately, we're hampered by the same obstacles as the Crimson Fleet.
They think something called the comm spike will solve that problem.
They have information about the comm spike? Damn it.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that device, sir.
No, you shouldn't be familiar with it. It's a highly classified project. It's an advanced signal decryption and tracking device that the UC Navy's been working on for years. How the hell did the Crimson Fleet find out about that?
There must be an information leak somewhere, sir. It's the only thing that makes sense.
We gotta search for it.
I'll see what I can find out.
Fine. This is what we're going to do. You keep playing along and go after the comm spike. Lieutenant Toft and I will see what we can find out about Bannock 4.
Okay. Are you any closer to convincing the council to attack the Crimson Fleet?
My superiors are stubborn. They aren't going to authorize an attack on the key based on my flights of fancy, I've been told. We need more evidence that all the Crimson Fleet's plans will result in them actually getting their hands on this fabled cache of credits.
Are we going to warn the UC Navy about my attempt to grab the comm spike?
I don't see the point. The Crimson Fleet apparently has a pipeline of
This is true.
information flowing from somewhere within the UC military. Any attempt to move the comm spike would be a waste of time. We need to play this close to the vest.
Report back.
Perfect. Just stick with the plan and we'll see who gets to Crix's legacy first.
This mission is going to require discretion on a number of fronts. Well done. Let's see what you found.
I got this piece of information. A certain Galbank employee who was aboard the Siren of Stars.
Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a six-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. Anything else?
I found some evidence about Evgeny Rokov, but I want you to keep him in the Crimson Fleet.
Tisk, tisk. Looks like Mr. Rokov lied on his application to Trident Luxury Lines about having a clean record. No matter. Next time he jumps from the key, we'll have him picked up. That will be one less fleet captain for us to worry about. Find anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay, fine.
What can you tell me about the comm spike?
I know as much as you do. I wasn't briefed. But if the fleet wants to trace the Legacy's transponder signal, if such a device exists...
Okay, do you know where the comm spike's being
That
developed?
information is classified, so even what I do know, I can't divulge. Now, I realize as part of this mission, for the sake of your cover, it's best you work with...
True. You really don't like talking about the past, do you?
You're not gonna let this go, are you? Why do you care so much about my past?
Since I'm entrusting Sistef with my life, I deserve to know who's got my back.
Okay. But don't say I didn't warn you. You might not like what I have to say.
Okay.
Would it shock you to learn that I spent some time in prison? I suppose that makes me a hypocrite.
You're not a hypocrite, but you have a lot explained to do.
That's fair. Well, okay. Where do I start? I grew up in the Well in New Atlantis. Parents made barely enough money to keep the lights on in our apartment. After I dropped out of school, they begged for me to look for work. But I realized it was a lot easier to simply take whatever I wanted instead. A year after that, I'm a career criminal with UC security breathing down my neck, and my parents kicking me out of the house.
You did what you had to do.
That's just it, though. I was having the time of my life, earning way more than I needed to simply get by and loving every minute of it. Back then, if you would have told me one day I'd be wearing this uniform, I'd have said you were out of your mind.
I bet the UC Sistef eventually recruited you for an undercover sting operation.
Very funny. And not even relatively close. Let's just say the years after my time in the Well were filled with highs and lows.
I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
The point is that I felt you deserved to know a bit about my past. To know where my anger towards the fleet comes from.
Me a criminal in New Atlantis is a long way from running with the fleet.
Longer than you can possibly imagine. Well, I think you've had enough for now. You get the point. Let's get back to it before Keyboy writes us a citation for loitering. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Most of our operations team graduated top of their class.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Look at all these criminals.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I swear, this is all just a big misunderstanding.
I found solid evidence that you committed a crime.
Me? Commit a crime? No, you have it all wrong. Do you have any idea how tough it is to earn your way in Sidonia? Either you spend all day in the mines getting your lungs filled with Martian dust, or wear your fingers to the bone working on machinery. All I was trying to do was earn a living. Display a little bit of entrepreneurial spirit. If trying to make a living is considered breaking the law, then lock me up and throw away the key.
You're not going to talk your cooperate with the authorities, maybe they'll go easy on you.
That's all you're going to say to me? Okay, fine. I'll tell you this, though. The UC can't hold me forever. And when I get out, first thing I'm going to do is hunt you down.
I did you a favor putting you in here because this stuff is taking down the Crimson Fleet. Oh, okay. Did you ever hear from Carl Fielding?
That drunken miner? No. Whatever you said to him must have sunk in because I haven't seen him since you left Sidonia. He's lucky. If he would have stumbled into this spear begging for credits again, I would have, well, use your imagination.
Where did Sistef arrest you?
Right at the broken spear in front of everyone. Any reputation I may have had there is long gone thanks to that little stunt. On top of that, they caught me right in the middle of a deal I was closing with some long haulers. I guess I can kiss that money goodbye.
Ken, I did you a favor by putting you in here because Sistef's taking down the Crimson Fleet.
Are you serious? You actually expect me to be grateful? I don't know Sistef's endgame, but I'd wager that you've bitten off far more than you can chew. No matter what you throw at the fleet, Delgado will find a way out.
No, because I'll put them down myself if need to.
Sys-Def Marines are the best of the best.
Who else is in here?
Siren of the stars.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
We need Whiteout and Aurora. Okay, we gotta go back to the key.
Separation complete.
I should really get the guy's ring. If he has Aurora, we need to get it on the ship and put that to my research.
Ram job complete.
You are cleared to dock at the clinic, the best medical facility in the settled system.
Okay.
Docking cycle complete.
Good day, Captain.
Ma'am, I'm just a courier.
I understand that. I'm not blaming you directly. Dr. Salvato, how long have you been here?
About a year now, Doctor.
And in that year, how many times have we had this conversation about late or missing shipments of supplies?
I believe this is the third time.
Yes, that sounds right. 3 times. I will be making it very clear to your superiors that lives are at stake, and the clinic requires reliable transport. If your company cannot meet our needs, someone else will.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Thank you, Dr. Salvato. You may return to your duties.
Thanks for delivering critical supplies would be nice to hear once in a while.
Well, you don't get that around here.
asking everyone to take care of it.
Keep it moving.
Between you and me, this place sees worst I usually have to deal with is folks worried about getting diagnosed fast enough. Can't blame them.
Guess you don't see much action around here, Ranger.
Well, you'd be guessing correctly then. Even if there was some kind of trouble, which there almost never is, Freestar Security would handle that. Truth is, this post is what you might call ornamental in nature. Ever since the clinic came under Freestar collective control, there's been a ranger here. I reckon it's to serve as a reminder who's in charge of this place.
Okay.
I'm just here to
How long have you been a Freestar Ranger?
I joined up in 2292, so that'd be 38 years now. Damn. Hard to believe, now that I think about it. Almost 40 years. There ain't been many Rangers who served that long, I can promise you that.
Seem a little old for this line of work. Or how many other Rangers serve as long as you?
Well, offhand, I can only think of two. Cassie Hickson made it to 42 years before she caught a bullet from one of them Shaw gang boys. He got himself all liquored up at Aggie's. That's over in Aquila City. Started using the passers-by for target practice. Then there was old Rusty Ortega. Had a good run of 52 years and retired to a farm on Montara Luna. Passed away just a few years back. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop to count the years, well, they sure do add up.
Okay, my guy.
No authorization, no access.
This place is a far cry. We get the cases no one has ever seen before or doesn't know how to treat.
Well, it makes sense because you're on a space station. If anything ever goes wrong, you can just destroy the space station. All right, do you ever get a break?
I guess that depends on what you consider a break. We get some time to ourselves. We're not on call all the time, but we're never that far away from it either. Now that I think about it, I haven't actually left the clinic since I got the job. I actually hadn't really noticed.
That kind of routine can be comforting.
Sure, if you're the kind of person who deals well with it, not everyone does. I've seen a few colleagues need to leave after a few months. New-ish. I've only been here a year. I'm thrilled to have the opportunity, but...
Okay, that's nice.
If people would stop poking their noses into every unexplored biome in the galaxy, perhaps we'd have a little less work to do.
Wow, wow, wow.
Welcome to the clinic. I'm Dr. Darvish, Chief of Medicine. Is there something I can do for you?
Use some medical supplies.
Then I suggest you seek out one of the many other facilities available to walk-ins. I'm afraid we have a particular focus on astrovirology here. So the patients we take on tend to have unusual cases. We have an excellent track record that speaks for it. If you absolutely require medical supplies, speak to Dr. Salvato. We have very limited resources I would consider extra, and he would be the one.
Astrobiology, what is that?
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of new worlds that humanity has set foot on. While many don't host some sort of life, there are more than enough that do. Any one of those worlds could be inhabited by all. Someone has to try and stay ahead.
Look at the dangerous job.
If we do it right, no, not usually. An abundance of safety Ironically, this may be one. I am, yes. I took over from Dr. Eswaran when he retired 9 years ago. While the clinic does occasionally take on research projects that have their own chain of command, I am ultimately responsible for the entire facility.
Has there ever been an accident?
The clinic has occasionally been faced with unique situations that might be considered hazardous in other facilities, but no, nothing that could not be contained and dealt with.
No research.
I'm afraid that information is confidential and restricted to our corp. Certainly. Would you now? Well, I suppose we could always use additional research specimens. The more data we have about what's out there in the settled systems, the faster we can diagnose novel illnesses. In theory, at least. I suppose we could consider you an independent contractor of sorts. There are naturally produced narcotic substances that we could stand to learn more from. Any samples you can provide would be welcome.
Okay.
What we're looking for are basic organic substances. They could come from any number of flora or fauna on countless worlds across the settled systems. Just keep your eyes open as you travel, or frankly, if you can find them at a reasonable price somewhere, purchase them.
When I told them I was good with computers, I didn't think they'd trust me with the entire clinic.
Dr. Darvish took a chance on me, hiring me fresh out of training. Need to make sure she doesn't regret it. I look like I work here, right? Couple of patients didn't seem... Dr. Darvish is... Take care of yourself.
Last few errors are out of the system. Get out of here before you catch something.
Hey, Abby, I'll give you 50 credits. Never a dull moment.
These poor people. I can't imagine suffering from something no one understands. It must be terribly frightening for them.
Howdy. Good to see someone other than a doctor.
Are you a patient here?
That I am, that I am. Lucky to be alive, apparently. Me and my brother here have been patients for going on, what, 4 or 5 months now? Good Lord. I, being the stronger and smarter one, am recovering quickly. Still sick as a dog, but the doctors let me roam around to visit my infirm brother here. He was in a coma for months. He's only now making some sort of recovery.
What happened?
This genius brother of mine was begging me to go on a hike with him on Aquila. He's a real outdoorsy type, you know. Now, being a man of letters, I didn't want to go, but he just kept yapping. So, we go on this hike, right? We don't know where the hell we're going. Well, we got lost, stranded with no food or water. I told him to pack food and water, but the fool forgot. Well, we start scavenging for some food to sustain us, and we come across this thing, like a plant, but I don't know what the hell the damn thing was. Looked tasty enough, so we ate it. Well, the damn thing nearly killed us both. Turns out, we weren't even that far from the city, so we were found by some passerby, and here we are. We got real lucky.
Well, at least you survived.
Yeah, well, not out of the woods just yet. Things have been pretty hairy for John here. But I think you're right. Take care now.
Oh, God. I never should have eaten that. Well, at least it can't get any worse. Well, no.
I'd rather not have you in here.
to get back to my farm. The treatments were fine, but the food?
That lock didn't last very long.
You're doing good work, Lucian.
Mind your step.
Just one quiet day. Not too much to ask for.
If you're thinking about going into medicine, just be really sure before you commit to it. Really sure.
Oh.
There's simply too much to do to allow me to just stand about conversing with you. I apologize.
Oh, wait, what?
How does she expect me to get all this done by myself?
It only goes there. No, it doesn't.
need to make sure those samples get disposed of.
Oops.
Can't let you through here.
You know, there are more couriers coming and going from this place than patients most of the... Is there something I...
Emma's sent me. She's concerned about delivery she arranged with you.
I figured it was only a matter of time before she sent someone, though I was hoping she'd come herself. Look, the price of goods here has gone up. Doubled, tripled even. Did she not even consider a cheaper supplier? She really should.
Find another supplier. I thought you were overcharging to fund your Aurora habit.
Samina told you about that, huh? Well, I get why she'd think that, but that's not it at all. I was trying to nudge her into ending our partnership, using the only language the fleet knows. Creds. It's just, I hear about people getting treated or dying all the time due to run-ins with the fleet. How does it all shake out in the end? I don't know. Either way, it seems like I end up with lives on my conscience.
If you're in a more dilemma, let me help.
Yeah? Advice from the fleet.
You could rest easy knowing the supplies are still being used to save lives.
Samina would make good use of them.
Fleet of people too.
If I helped the fleet, and the next day... I'm glad you... You think I'm a push... I'm sorry. I thought I... Tell Samina if she wants to expose me, she can. Let's just hope I'm helping more lives than I'm hurt. Bye.
Let's do a random save because I do want to check.
Excuse me, Dr. Darvish. Got that last set of reports submitted, just like you asked.
Don't make me an accessory to your crimes.
You know, just by breathing the air in here, you are being exposed to a dozen different viruses.
I couldn't tell you the last time I wasn't breathing recycled air.
Need to make sure those files are backed up.
Just 1 week without something weird. That's not too much to ask.
Ari, how are you? Did you get those reports updated?
Not only have I updated the reports you needed, I have rewired a portion of the system and boosted the power, so things should run faster for you.
That's great. Thanks. Hard to believe you got so much done.
Well, sure. I like my job. And if I wasn't up to the task, I'd start.
I'm probably fine. Yeah,
Captain, do you require my assistance?
Ranger have it? The Ranger doesn't have it either.
Feels like talking about it. Besides, I've got enough.
Okay. I think next episode we're going to land on Ariel and get this ring back. So thank y'all for joining me. Go and leave a like below, comments, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.